All of us, since the fall of Adam and Eve, have two natures in us. The good, divine nature given to us by God in creating us, and the evil nature inherited in original sin by Lucifer, who became Satan. The angels, Lucifer, the first man and the first woman, were created for the purpose of good and were to have only the original nature given to them by God the Creator, at the time of their creation. At the time of the fall, the original nature was misdirected and became the fallen nature of man and all mankind. That is why good and evil coexist in us. This fallen nature was transmitted from the archangel to Eve, from Eve to Adam, and from Adam and Eve to all their descendants. The main reason that gave rise to the fallen nature came from the fact that the archangel felt less loved by God after the creation of man. But it was by no means inevitable that the archangel would fall because of this desire. If he had kept his original direction, desiring God's love and centering on him alone, he could not have fallen. Instead, the archangel's feeling of being set aside caused him to deviate from his own direction and center himself, so he developed a strong feeling of jealousy toward Adam. When Eve began to share the archangel's feeling and accepted his selfish view, she formed a common basis with him, which led to their spiritually illicit sexual relationship and the fall. We can divide the fallen nature into four main aspects. First, the motivation for the archangel's fall consisted of his failure to love Adam as God loved him. Instead, he took a personal view of his own and became jealous of Adam. So he lost God's view of the purpose of his existence. The second main aspect of fallen nature is the tendency to leave the assigned position. The archangel's excessive desire to receive more love from God and to possess even among men the same position in love that he had in the angelic realm led him to leave his position and fall. The actions that men take by overstepping the bounds of their position and authority to follow wrong desires are manifestations of this original fallen nature. The nature of leaving one's position. The third main aspect of the fallen nature is the tendency to overthrow the order of creation. Lucifer was ultimately destined to be led by man, but instead he subjugated Eve, reversing the proper order. These reversals of dominion resulted in the fall. All the various disorders in the fallen world arise from this aspect of the original fallen nature. The overthrow of a just order. The fourth main aspect is the tendency to multiply or transmit wrong desires and sinful actions. Eve multiplied her crime by seducing Adam after the pre-fall, so Adam also fell. Eve inherited Lucifer's illicit desire to eat the fruit of good and evil in his sinful act of disobedience to God. She made it her own will and inclination, thus multiplying Lucifer's will and actions. This illicit will and disobedience were then multiplied in Adam. The fact that in the fallen world evil is transmitted and multiplied more rapidly than good is a manifestation of this original fallen nature. The fourth fallen nature of the multiplication of evil also relates to the original sin or satanic bloodline, which is multiplied and transmitted generation after generation and of which no one is exempt from not having it and suffering the consequences in his own life.